Hi folks, I'm Sudarshan and today I'm getting a video on functional training or functional exercises. Now what is functional training or what are functional exercises? When you say functional exercise, it means an exercise that simulates a daily function, something you do in life. Say maybe you carry a bucket to go somewhere, you carry vegetables, or maybe you are in a hurry, you run for the bus or anything, okay, something that's functional that you can do in a regular life. Now when they say functional training, it probably means different things to different people. You ask a sports person, for him, see he's doing shot put, and for him you do something very heavy and you throw, that functional. You ask a cricketer, for him maybe to bowl, so you go round and round, so that's functional as well. But when the functional training, or at least when I say it, I mean in function that a normal and average person would be doing in his life. Let me begin. First off, we have leg exercises. The most basic of that is a squat. I have seen many people in the gym do squats like this. Away. Now the issue with that is the range of motion. It's called a half squat, wherein you're using only half the range of motion. Now, what the full range is this. Come down, come up. Okay. Sideways. Now, why is that significant? Full range of motion. It's because, see, we are sitting in an Indian toilet, alright, a traditional toilet. How do you sit? You sit like this? Yes? So the full range, sideways, it will be like this. Alright? Now, a lot of people are unable to sit that way, unable to go in the full range of motion. Now that is common in the West, that is it's documented, and that I've seen a lot of videos, exercise videos as well, where they say we are unable to sit like that or squat fully because we have our toilets where we simply sit in a very comfortable way, like this. And why is comfortable? Or what shows as comfortable is that people read the newspaper sitting in toilet like this. But then how many people do you remember reading newspaper like this? Not many, I'm sure. However, what is thought of as Western phenomenon has become very common here as well, at least in the urban areas, upper middle class and elite classes, because we use in Western toilets as this. Because of that, if you go to a place, say a village, or maybe any place where you only have a traditional Indian toilet, those people find it difficult. That is a functional aspect of doing full range of squats. Next, there is an old school exercise. It's called farmer's walk. Walk with dumbbells, carrying them. Walk. Now, what that does is it simulates carrying loads. The name itself, farmer's work, suggests that it's a farmer who is carrying his produce, say to a market or anywhere else. So it's called farmer's work. Why that is functional is it simulates your carrying, say, groceries or any similar thing. You know how to carry it and you know how to work with it. What this does here is it develops a forearm, it gives a shoulder, it shows you how to balance, and also, very importantly, increases your grip strength. Why grip strength is important is, say you're carrying anything, so you're carrying say a bucket, you're carrying a bag or anything that's heavy, you should be able to carry for a long time, you should be able to grip it. So your wrist should have the strength. I was discussing this with my friend Mandar, who's an instructor at the gym where I work out, and he was telling me that a lot of the new people who come, especially young people who come to the gym, do not have strong grips. That is very likely because these days you don't play physical games, you don't play cricket. If you play cricket, when you grip the bat handle or any racket, you grip something. But if you only play on the computers, you don't. So which is why you should do these things, exercises, which will improve your strength of your wrist, your arms, everything for functionality. Now, I said this is functional, the farmer's work. However, you and me are not farmers, and unlikely that many of us will be farmers or would work on a farm. And it is not very likely that we will have 2 bags of similar weight to carry in both hands. So perhaps what is more functional in this is one arm dumbbell carry, which is you carry one arm and you walk. This is the right arm, or right hand. Now similarly, you do it for the left hand. Okay. Now, why this is perhaps more functional is because you're carrying the weight in one hand. You are balancing, you're compensating for the weight not being in the other hand. So you know how to balance, how to hold on to things. With both hands you do that so that you get a balance on both hands. Now, when you do these things, repeatedly, what happens is it becomes a form of a habit for muscle memory. What happens then is that it is there in your subconscious. So when you're going to do something, actually I'm going to do something, do some work, like carry something, lift something, you already know how to do it because you have the habit. So you're unlikely to do it in the wrong form. Now, if you do it in the wrong form, that if you make a mistake or do it in the wrong way, in the gym or at home, you're likely to you can strain your back, pull a muscle, or even slip a disc. This is especially common. At least I have come across people who say, "Oh, I strained my back when I went to move some furniture at home." Now you have people who are regular movers of furniture. You don't hear these complaints from them. Why? It's because that is something they do on a regular basis. Since they always move heavy things, they know how to do it. So it has become part of our subconscious muscle memory. But as most of us don't do that, and especially for those of us who have desk jobs, we hardly do any activity, real physical activity. So when we suddenly go to do something, say move some furniture or lift some heavy weight, are likely to get a pull, sprain, maybe even slip a disc. If we get any of these injuries, it becomes quite severe and it's not very good. This is why we should keep doing functional exercises so that we stay in shape and are able to do our day-to-day activities easily. Now we have exercises. We are in the gym. In the gym, we do things. Basically, it is for hypertrophy. That's if you're into bodybuilding, you do things for hypertrophy. Hypertrophy, as the name suggests, says you want excess muscle. That's muscle which you will not use in your daily life. Like this and this. This is muscle that you develop in the gym with repetitive exercise of increasing resistance. Now when you do something like say a bench press, okay, bench press when you lie down and lift something over your chest. I used to consider it is not functional at all. But today, after discussing it with my friend Mandar, I have formed a little different opinion. When you are lifting weights, bench pressing as well, there is form, and you know how to arch your back, and you know how to push, where to push. How that translates to functionality is, say you're doing something, you have to, a door is not open, you have to push it open. Or say you're pushing a vehicle. I mean, I don't know how often it happens these days, but at least when I was young, we used to have cars breaking down, sometimes it would be the bus would break down, and then all of us would get down and push the bus. That again, if that person is not very fit or not used to doing that, he might strain himself or injure himself in some way by doing that. So when you push something, push, right? So what you're doing is you're using your back and your hands. Now, when you're doing any heavy workout in the gym, say for example, what I'm talking about right now is a bench press. You're pressing, right, and you're arching your back. So that form is carried forward. So it does become functional. What is also functional is a deadlift. Okay, a deadlift is you have this here, you're coming down and lift. Okay, this lift, use your back, right? See, sideways, here, it's on the ground, okay, you pick and you lift. Down. Now, why this becomes functional is when you're lifting the weight, you're arching your back, you know how to hold your shoulders, your arms, you know the complete form. Especially because deadlift is a heavy exercise, something when if you're doing a wrong form, you're likely to get injured or even slip a disc. So why this becomes important is a lot of people, I have met people at the gym also who have said that they slipped a disc while not doing anything. What do they do? As a profession, they are IT professionals or people on the IT, BPO industry, people who are anybody who's working on a computer, just sitting and working. Due to disuse, the muscles are likely to become weak. And the muscles become weak, you're prone to injury. So when you do these exercises, you keep your muscles strong. You know the form as well, how you should lift weights and how you should manage the pressure on your back, lower back. And so it helps avoid injury by doing our regular activities in daily life. Now there's one more aspect I like to touch in over here. perhaps it's especially for those who go to the gym. I've seen a lot of people, especially those who have taken personal training. You see, personal training costs quite a lot. I don't know how much it is. I think I had asked at Talwalkar's many years back, and it was 18,000 per month. So I don't know what the rate is right now at Talwalkar's or at my gym also even. Maybe I should ask that. But okay, I mean, you pay extra money to do personal training, and what happens then? You have one instructor who is dedicated to you, who will see that you do exercises properly. But personal training is good. You get personalized attention throughout your workout, and I have nothing against that. What I have observed is a lot of people, especially those who are taking personal training, they leave the dumbbells lying around after the workout. For example, they have done something. Okay, for example, say I'm doing something. Say I'm doing a hammer. Okay, I'm done, and they walk away. And it is probably because they are a major source of income that the instructors also tend not to ask them to re-rack the weights. Whereas I think it is fairly common for the instructors to tell the others. Now, that may be an ego issue or something. I feel, oh, I paid so much, so then I'm worth much more. I will not do these menial tasks like keeping the re-racking dumbbells, keeping the dumbbells back in the racks. But the loss is for them. Perhaps what you don't realize is that when you are re-racking the dumbbells, you are lifting them from the floor. Okay, for example, here, like this, or say it's kept like this, you come, you lift it, and you keep it back on the rack. Why that's important is when you're picking a dumbbell or a bar, in correct form, you arch your back. Okay, see it's on the ground. You're doing this, you are practicing your form, and since you're at the gym, you're more likely to use to focus on your form. And when you do that repeatedly, it becomes a subconscious thing. They add to your muscle memory. So then, when you're doing something in real life, lifting something, keep somewhere, or pushing, or whatever you do, you use the correct form. The correct form means you're using your muscles optimally, the range of motion, the path of the motion, and how you're exercising, which muscle you're exercising more. It all is in place, and since everything is in place, you are very less likely to suffer an injury. Then again, at the gym, when you're doing something overhead, overhead press like this, you are getting functional benefit of learning how to balance the weight, learning how to balance your back, how to push your legs, and the motion as well. So your core basically is strong, is involved. Why I'm mentioning this is because as the weights go higher, it becomes more difficult to stand and do it. So I have seen a lot of people for this, they sit while doing it. I have a sofa here. We have bench and gym, so I mean to show, demonstrate, I'll use a sofa. When you sit and do, what happens is you're exercising your upper body, shoulder, arm, everything. However, when you think of something functional like in real life, what happens is life generally you're standing, so you require the balance, and if you're standing, you're doing overhead weights over here. You are involving entire body, your legs, your back, your arch, your shoulders, and everything. As you sit, the concept of balancing and your legs are taken out of picture. That becomes less functional. So when you do other exercises also, we have a function aspect to it. Now I'm going to discuss a concept uh, which my friend Manda doesn't agree with. However, I think it is valid. See, when you're doing cardio in the gym, say you're on a treadmill or you're running on treadmill, even walking, it has a functional aspect. Why? Is because it simulates what you do in regular life, like you walk outside or you run. Now, running on the treadmill is different from running outside. Okay, and this point is the reason why my friend Mandar does not agree that that's functional. When you run on treadmill, you have the belt that is moving, so you are almost just jumping and not actually moving forward, pushing yourself forward. Whereas when you're on the road outside, when you run, you actually have to push yourself forward. When on treadmill, you run like this. However, the belt is moving, so you don't require to put as much pressure in moving forward. However, it still makes a difference because your heart is made healthy. You build stamina. So you can walk for 2 kilometers on the treadmill. You should be able to walk for at least say 300, 400 meters on the road. I mean, yeah, it's different. So I'm just giving there's a distance on the road. For example, you run say for 2 kilometers on treadmill. You should be able to at least run for say maybe 200 meters on the road. Again, I'm reducing the distance because it is easier to go on a treadmill than on the road or the ground when you're outside in real life. However, if you have to run outside or practice outside, you have to be available early morning or late evening, especially as these days it is extremely hot, and if you go to run in the sun, you're likely to get sunstroke. You can go to a gym and on treadmill at any time, especially if the gym is air conditioned, like mine is. You can practice whenever you want. And yes, while it is not as good as practicing on the road or the ground outside, it is better than nothing. And if you have to do some activity over here, your heart is used to beating faster, then it is less likely that you will suffer a strain, a sprain, or any other injury if you have to run anywhere or go anywhere in a hurry in life. Also, you're less likely to suffer heart attack if you run fast, excite yourself in life outside. So whatever it is you do, cardio in the gym, in many places I've seen you have step climbers when you climb steps. You may have the treadmill, it's most popular, or the cycle. When you cycle, it's functional, that is, if you have to cycle in real life, it will help you. Whatever you do it for functionality because it will help you in your regular life. So, stay healthy, eat healthy, sleep adequately, and exercise regularly. And it should help you live a comfortable life, comfortable and healthy life. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that whenever I release another video, you will receive a notification. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as currently less than 6% of my viewers are subscribers. And if you subscribe, it will help me make more such videos for your benefit and entertainment. Thank you.